We're embarking in the same world as last time, except before we get too carried away and select a mode, I'm going to be a little bit sneaky and enforce a time skip. Pretty sure there's loads of settings hiding that I don't know about, but for now I'm just going to let 5 years pass. Which took fucking ages to simulate, to be honest, but we got there in the end. So this, on the south coast, is the fort from my previous video. Man or fish? Good times. This location totally sucked ass, and I feel like we need a palate cleanser from the snowy wastes. We'll pick the same civilization though, but this time a bit more north on a major trade highway. We'll plan the goblins' demise while recruiting Avengers from our previous fortress, being very conscious that this place doesn't suck as bad. Got a location aptly named The Hills of Deciding. I chose a little 3x3 plot on a bridge over a river on the Moral Road, close to everything basically, and a connecting point for multiple cultures. Our dwarven service station will be an unsuspecting FOB for taking out the goblin menace while also getting insane clout from trade. We've got a lot of work to do, but the dwarves will get their revenge. With that in mind, we're bringing horses with us. Not that anyone knows how to ride. Some relatively generic provisions later, and we have finally arrived. On the long road between the halls of many dwarven kingdoms, north of the southern goblin conflicts, a humble roadside tavern has sprung up from the misfortune of a flat tire. Little to everyone's knowledge, this is a front, with an enormous dwarven settlement eagerly doing one-handed press-ups under the floorboards. Welcome to Banner Trails. We're greeted by a cute bridge and a temperate plum orchard. Frankly, a really nice location for our dwarves. The position of our fortress means we can supply our civilization with plum wines, while also destroying southern goblin warbands. The leader of this mission, Turin Rindu, decided that the flat tire was a blessing of Armok, kind of like a shitter version of Cadmus and the cow finding Thebes in Greek mythos. Our dwarves mark out a cheese cave and start chopping wood to clear some space for the new tavern. Our current focus is blocks, to get a roof over our heads and a place to squirrel away resources. Although chat reminded me that we actually hadn't looked at the legends yet, so we wanted to see how Curlingstone was doing from the last fortress. You know, the serial killer.
All right, let's have a look at legends, okay? All right, historical figures. Curlingstone 2, Unleashed. Oh my god. What? I'm so proud. I'm so proud. In the early spring, Curlingstone 2 became a militia captain of the owner's lust. We fucking knew it. We fucking knew it. Oh my god. Like, there's nothing else that's like even close in comparison to how important that is.
After pogging out of my mind, I reclaimed the fortress to find that apparently we're the capital now. That's either a bug or 2 weeks without me is enough to actually thrive. We stick to the plan, carving out a little moat for drunkards to fall into, before plotting out a wine cellar / enclosed trade depot for our patrons. So up goes the first block wall. Blocks, not rocks of course, because we have standards. Decided to add wooden supports out of birchen to give it more of that tavern vibe. Also a little well outside. Why not? In the basement, we could enclose a plump helmet and pigtail farm, followed by kitchens, stills, and other supporting workshops. Before long, it was already looking pretty nice, if I do say so myself. Turin's miners managed to locate the caverns a short 15 or so levels down, not that we're in dire need. Well aware of the legends from Manorfish of horrible critters lurking down here, an effort is made to immediately lock this off. Speaking of which, while we were decking out the tavern, we got our first migrant wave and our first celebrity guest. It's nice to see Tobal the Taker is still alive.
Two fellas just training. Nothing wrong about that.
I didn't actually realize how hard he'd been fighting. He seems to have been almost entirely rebuilt by the fortress doctors. His liver, lungs, torso, and arms have been sutured with wool, making poor Tobal into a dwarven Frankenstein. We opened the tavern for business despite the lack of furniture, stumbling upon the name The Great Dreamy to guarantee our success and abundance. The colony then proceeded to get on their knees and beg for a roof to be installed. But we don't have enough blocks. God, I hate building outside. Also, don't question what we're doing right now. We usually build tighter, grid-like halls, but this is more outside my comfort zone. So we're nearly at winter, and the first trade caravan from the north comes to see our new tavern in the name of the Momentous Vestibule. Good thing we've kept busy. Ideally, we'd sell booze. But to be honest, we're not exactly at the point of surplus right now. Trading with dwarves kind of sucks, though. Like, we can make everything in-house for cheaper. So we bought a forgotten beast action figure and called it a day. While trading, a one-sided brawl seemed to start in the tavern.
Nauseous. Experiencing mortal fear. What's wrong? You getting attacked? Seriously injured? This visitor has come to perform. She was curious about the Great Dreamy. Hopeless after suffering a major injury. What the fuck happened? The clothier attacks the human maceman. What is going on? Tobal the Taker, clothier. I started a fist fight. I have no regrets. Why would you do that? Like, why would you randomly do that, Tobal? Hang on a sec. We need a justice system. I think we need the sheriff to be the goon master. Sheriff Goon Master.
With Goon Master elected as judge, judy, and executioner, we build her a mini office so she can interrogate Tobal.
He said I'm aggressive.
Excuse me? Hey!
Tobal was intimidated by Goon Master and confessed to his crime of beating up the performer in the tavern. We got a new hammerer called the German Clay Hammer Fist to enact punishment, who is unfortunately also a Gelder. However, to celebrate becoming sheriff, Goonmaster decided to take care of this personally, which just left the pummeled Tobal sprawled amongst the barrels like a discarded sandwich, twitching and sobbing while others looked on at him. We'll get the hospital sorted out now, and I mean it this time. They drop him to sleep in the doorway while we get the rest sorted. He was in and out so quickly, needing a hospital was clearly overkill. Turns out he was being dramatic over a finger injury. I think the weird outburst might be due to him missing the army trauma he used to get in Claiborne's squad at Manafish. So we'll make a new squad with Tobal at the helm, aptly named the Bloody Taker. We're noticing a lot of people sleeping on tables and the like, so we'll build out some bedrooms. And keeping with tradition, Tobal's new dwarvish oil wrestling arena. Also upstairs, things are cooking, with a huge variety of booze being supplied into the tavern from our various gathering zones. Hardly mattered though, because Admitius decided to just die of thirst regardless. I have no idea why this happened. I looked back at all the footage and trust me, there was literally no reason for this. But as we know, it's not one of my forts without a water-related death. So while not traditionally dwarvish, we actually decide to bury him outside. Though maybe they didn't like him much because they threw him on top of the coffin instead of in it. We kept improving upon the tavern, working on a ceiling and the potential for a second floor. But then Tobal started acting rather strange. We catch our Frankendwarf hauling a hamster carcass, babbling madly, brooding over a lack of tanned hides for his dark machination. It's decided we're to kill a camel for the cause. With his new camel hide, Tobal created Bemarosh, an amulet made of hamster bones, which was then placed out in the tavern for all to witness and admire, and bait enemies. Meanwhile, our hidden halls were developing a Lovecraftian footprint as we chisel forth space for basic armor and smelting. We also began getting requests for foreigners of other races to move in. Mostly bards, but some have cool stats I'd definitely allow in.
I like my cheese drippy, bruh.
The second floor is being built, allowing more space for visitors and bedrooms for them to sleep in.
Yet again, despite how good this place looks, no migrants. It's ridiculous. Oh my god, is that a goblin? A goblin butcher? Sus. And it's wearing like a bra. What the hell? It's got no items. Is it just naked? God damn. Status of the Bewildering Theatres. Is that this goblin? The Bewildering Theatres performance troupe. Yes. Ozempic. Deal. Ozempic, the Goblin Butcher. What a name. Is there anyone else that we have? We have a load of babies. Oh, God. Oh, God. How many were in that performance troupe? What the f?
So because now 25% of Banner Trails is drunk bards, work visas are being declined until we get the population spread back on track. We'll keep expanding the fort though. Gotta make space for the citizens. We clothe our suspicious strippers and build a place to pray above the tavern. Now I know I was getting kinda anti-bard. However... a goddamn Gorlak. A small round humanoid found wandering caves deep underground. Honestly, I kind of like him, but all these different ethnicities will need different sized clothes, so we expand the production floors to cater to this. I've never clothed a Gorlak, but I'm assuming it just wants a big hat or something? Gonna also make a zone ready for nobility, since we are the capital after all. Also making a nice run up to where we do little rock crafts, beds and soaps. Inspired by the fresh workshops, even brave dwarves like Sir Smelly Knickers made a pair of horse leather leggings to celebrate. The squeaking leather acted like a siren song, beckoning Peter, or rather elves, to check out the base. Clearly he had insider information to come here, but all he had to trade was frankly f*** all of value to us. So we just bought an elvish action figure and a puzzle box and told them to bring better shit next time. We have dwarves sleeping on the roof, but despite that, our tavern is basically completed now. Complete with the hotel room cook chairs. For some reason, Turin Rindu and Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla were having a meeting up a tree. So if this is the most private place in the fortress, I gotta start building more conference rooms or something. As their chaotic neutral god, I chopped the tree they were sitting in. They're fine, but I think Turin now has a cauliflower ear. Speaking of injured dwarves, famous dwarf Lord Chewing Gum has decided to move in on the latest migrant wave. I don't know why he didn't bring his crutches though. He's quickly scooped into the warm embrace of a human baron consort and brought to the hospital for a checkup and handed some crutches. Really makes me wish prosthetic limbs were a thing in this game. Our population expanding allows us to sign more dwarves up for the military squads, and we decide to build an actual barracks and an archery range. Gonna also cut a little underground area so archers don't permanently lose arrows they practice with. When they fire at the targets, it'll drop down here instead of just ceasing to exist. With the expansion, we also now have a mayor. Finally. The newly elected mayor, Juicy Min, voted in for her, juiciness, I think. She, of course, requested a heart flooring. She do be cute like that. Some goblin snatchers have rolled in, no doubt looking for dwarven kids to diddle those fuckers.
2 invaders. Oh my god. Did they steal a child? No. What do I do? Do I just kill this goblin? Kick his ass.
Almost in celebration of the diddlers being chased away, a dwarven child withdraws with grand plans of masterwork creation.
I can't believe this tiny naked baby, this like, what the look at this little baby, right, is having a strange mood. A 1-year-old. The chicken nugget is having a strange mood. Isn't that weird? Is it naked? It is. It's completely naked. It's a 1-year-old baby. And it's hauling an entire rock all by itself. How does it even know, like, what to do with it? Nathaniel C. Nugget. All right, bet. He's getting more Kalanite? Buddy. What a name. Nathaniel C. Nugget, the dwarven child. I'm interested. I'm invested. Heavily invested in this little kid. Buddy be crafting.
In the meantime, we keep expanding weird rooms to house the inevitable guild halls, and the gross little kid Nathaniel emerged from the crafts dwarf shop with a Kalanite scepter. Very cool. We place it in the Tavern display cabinet and find it's the most elaborate and ornate staff embellished in silk and bands of copper, with aventurines and carved dodecahedrons. You know, typical 1-year-old stuff. We doll up the back room a bit, turning it from a storage to a library with the descent overseen by statues of Kathir, god of fortresses, and our founder Turin Rindu. We have a new temporary stockpile next to the shops to improve logistics, feeding our slowly expanding military might of wild and wacky combatants, who would quickly be put to good use.
Okay, we have a problem. Who are these guys? Stosu and another Stosu. What a name. Okay, so what we're going to do is, because these fuckers want to mess with us, I'm going to show them the true dwarven might. Did you beckon them in? Azempic, did you do this? All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to send these guys, all right? We're going to assign a station order to these guys, and they're going to hang out here. Okay. It looks like Floor Drag doesn't have an icon, but I swear he does. We're going to have the other guys over here. All right. Maybe... Thieves! Bloody thieves! Okay. Oh, here we go. We got 9 invaders, huh? What up with that? And 1 citizen is... What the fuck's going on here? Why is everybody up a tree? So we've got like a lot of arrows flying. I mean, they're all like nasty archers, right? And we have, who is this? The battle rages. I feel no terror. Astesh. Oh my god, they're just melting them. What the hell? Astesh went into a martial trance. Good lord.
After some headgear inspection, we discovered this goblin raid belonged to the Plague of Burdens, the particularly vile group of goblins to our south, ever determined to destroy those southerners. And while cleaning the copious amounts of goblin blood, we were alerted by this fortress's first ever forgotten beast, a massive feathered scorpion fly. But as the bastard is harmlessly locked away on cavern level 2, it just inspired an elaborate beast catching system. If I get lucky, I can unleash it onto the goblin menace. It kind of started acting as a reminder. Every time I got a gross basement dwelling amalgamation, I'd check it out, then go back to working on the depths a bit more.
Oh god. Oh no. Damn, they're describing me. An enormous blob composed of ash. It has wings and it has a bloated body. Say it ain't so.
We're honestly not planning for much with the caverns, as we don't rely on it for anything this time around. Defending it would be more trouble than it's worth, but I want to put up airlocks just in case we dig too greedily. We're blessed with grumpy dwarves making copper toy hammers, as the tavern trudges through the months trading with various caravans and accumulating masterpieces. And I want some cheese. Let's get some donkey cheese and yak cheese. You know, I really do. Okay, this is going to sound crazy, but the dwarves are right. Any mammal can be milked. I bet that there's cheeses out there that are better than goat's cheese, better than cow's cheese. We've only scratched the surface of what can be cheesed. You know what I mean? Our tavern kept getting assailed by gentlemen of the greener persuasion, and due to our RP tier defenses, our rallying was suboptimal at best. This leads to some avoidable losses, with soldiers like Bong Smoke having his intestines turned into outtestines. Rest in peace, Bong Smoke. You died doing what you loved. I assume? I really am not a fan of how they're using this as like a place to eat. This is a library, guys. Hello? Oh my god. Unfortunately, though, I don't believe that we actually have any traps. Gulp. The cyclops. I mean, it's male anyway. Ew. But I don't think he's here, like, with good intentions. I think he's only here with bad intentions. Also, who the hell is this? Another guy who's unfortunately nearby, I guess? I mean, I don't think I can do anything with him. He's gonna try and 1v1 this dude. Oh my god, he is. Alright, how's Usa the human axeman? How's Usa gonna do? Competent axeman. Alright, let's see how you do. Oh my fucking god, he's a genius. Oh my god! And then he fell in the river, yeah. You know, he's just washing it off. It made me think, to be honest. With all the conflict, we need loads more soldiers. And I think I know the bards for the job. A multicultural squad of 5 different races. Hitski the Dwarf, Ozempic the Goblin, Shiny the Gorlak, Fiber Boy from Elftown the Elf, and Bushy Hammer Nipple. They'll be known as the Heroic Distraction. Sort of like a marching band or my own personal Jinyu force. The bards actually don't like combat, so to counterbalance it, I've made the room nice as fuck. And it's near the tavern. You honestly can't complain. I want to start sticking it to the goblins, so we're going to send some of the boys out pillaging. Nearest goblin settlement has a population of about 10, so I think sending 30 dwarves would be fairly reasonable. Someone must have tipped them off, because as soon as they left, a goblin warband arrived. A parley with the plague of burdens in order to avert loss of life. To the front, bards! Alright, what are we going to do about these guys? The loss of life soy jacks? Oh god, there's quite a few of them actually. Oh my god, there's loads of them. No! What the hell? My army's just left to go kill you guys. Oh, they did. They wiped it out, I think. Wait, reports? Yeah, spoils report. Okay, cool. So we got a duck, 2 dogs, a cat, peacocks, a camel, another camel, 2 cats. You just brought back a load of pets. Only 56. Oh, well, 66 now. And those little monkeys. What are these? Oh my god, look at these. Sorry, I'm losing my mind. A Manera. Kick him in the head. A creature that crawls along the cavern ceiling with 4 long arms. Its body is shaped as the head of a man with the mouth full of shark teeth. Ugh. What the fuck? What's the big white thing? Oh no, yeah, I didn't even notice. Oh, they have a cave troll. No, it's a blind cave ogre. We're gonna get the soldiers standing around. There's a baby there too, which is kind of fun. And they're waiting for me to agree to some parley, but I'm telling you right now, I ain't fucking scared of you guys. And instead, we're just gonna all stand here being intimidating. Coco Muggins, Jiggle Cheeks of the land, the dwarven baby on the front lines. Frontliner. Go on, Jiggle Cheeks. Why is Jiggle Cheeks the closest to the goblins? Oh my god, there's so many. Good luck, everyone. No! Turin's backup hubby died instantly. Let's see if there's any kills. Goonmaster's fighting, the wrestler. The wrestler leaps at the beak dog, colliding with the beak dog, and then he gets knocked over.
It's just too... I feel like, you know, the combat logs definitely need to have like some kind of highlight system. I mean, Hammerlord Goober should be fucking him up, right? The Dwarven Hammerlord bashes the Beak Dog in the upper body with the copper warhammer, bruising the muscle, jamming the right floating rib through the liver and tearing the liver. Oh my god, there's too many. No! Royal the Beige and Goonmaster! Tuesday Terminator, oh my god. Do your best. There's only 4 invaders left. All right, let's see. What's the... Sir Smelly Knickers, how you doing? Let's see. Military kills. 11 kills. Good job, Smelly Knickers. 2 notable kills and 11 kills.
With the enemy routed, we lick our wounds and bury the dead, expanding the graveyard to provide more space for our losses. To apologize to Turin for getting his backup husband killed, we make him our dungeon master, complete with a lavish dungeon, so hopefully it'll draw in many more potential partners in the future. We also take the opportunity to build a proper temple for Kathia, the god of fortresses. They can always pray for the goblins' demise in here. And as a present to themselves, they bought a giant wolf from the elves. She'll be a good guard dog for the lobby. We also have good news that Jiggle Cheeks, the army baby, has grown up a bit, only mildly traumatized. We keep getting migrants, but none of any interest. Just smelly peasants. I'm still waiting for Curlingstone to arrive. There's over 100 goblins in the nearest hillock, so once again we'll send a band of 30 elitely trained dwarves to jostle them a bit, hopefully thin their numbers. Now either great minds think alike, or someone is telling the goblins when our army has left the fortress, causing us to all side-eye Ozempic, who is staying behind with the other Bardcore soldiers. I will interrogate her at the next opportunity, but as far as I can tell, without an open case, she can't be interviewed. So we'll speak with her later. In the meantime, to deal with the goblins, we'll send a peasant militia, a squad conveniently hidden by my massive head. Weirdly enough, the 3 raiding squaddies return from the north. They must have taken a wrong turn. They're each carrying random bits and bobs, but to our dismay, they haven't even dented the population of the settlement. After checking the logs, TLDR, the boys ran home with their beards between their legs. We replaced the fallen with our ample supply of peasants and shook our fists at the sky. At this point, we were kind of at our wits' end. If we can't dent the goblins, we'll be forever at their mercy. And it's weird because we've focused military and have lots of expert fighters. We shouldn't be losing like this. Maybe we were just unlucky. We actually have Dwarven Steel, by the way. I'm not a complete dumbass. Despite sending 4 groups this time, f*** all happened. Big up Law striking down a goblin though. Smacked him with the crutches, no doubt. Maybe I need something stronger than Dwarven Steel. So we're gonna make sure the airlocks in the basement are set up before we dig too greedily. We're distracted as the metal crafter Ceiling Smash is having a tantrum, grabbing a dog by the tongue and throwing it. This is good news for us though, meaning we have a perfect chance to interrogate Ozempic for her goblininess. After a meeting with Acting Sheriff Moodkindred Sr., she just talked about being happy to live here and that she values the law, making me feel awful and mad racist. Oh, and we also convict Ceiling Smash for being a piece of shit. Hope nothing bad happens to him. As the dwarves keep the fortress going, a series of painful smacks are heard from the bedrooms and dorms. Ceiling Smash is in a crumpled heap on the floor after having the ever-loving shit kicked out of him. The soldier in charge of Ceiling Smash's case decided it's easier to just beat him half to death, rather than take him to prison like he's meant to. Who am I to question the dwarven justice system? The dwarves send some more pathetically ineffective raids, and more take up arms for the cause. But as more were killed off-screen and frustrations mounted, clearly a strategy change was in order.
Oh, we discovered the great magma sea in an unusual rock wall full of gems. Very nice. Oh, that's really close to where we were. Oh, God. Oh, shit. Hang on a sec, guys. We've got a bit of a problem. There's a dwarf on fire. Have they just f***ed this entire place? I think they have. Why did he do this? Is this how we found the magma sea? So this guy is dead, currently dying. Everyone needs to leave right the f now. How did that even happen? I genuinely don't even know how he managed that. There's not even a combat log. It's just Vabok melted. Golem. She is a little bit golem-y, isn't she?
With the unfortunate demise of Gollum and the ruination of this mining project, the dwarves evacuate to the smell of burning flesh. It's not going to stop us though, as Gollum's sacrifice uncovered highly prized gems and hopefully adamantine. We can just dig a few levels higher, then work our way down again now that we know where the lava is. Meanwhile on the surface, goblins keep offending us, just straight up loosing arrows at civilians, like this poor unsuspecting milker who was shot in the throat. This just spurs us on though. For those of you who don't know, spoiler warning, adamantine is basically the mithril of Dwarf Fort. It's light, strong, and really sharp. It'll help us a lot if we manage to find it. That is, of course, if I don't fucking ruin everything first.
Damn it. Oh, bit late. Fuck's sake. I'm so fucking stupid. I'm so stupid.
So because of the unfortunate water pocket, we'll try to dig out the floor below to clear it, ideally without drowning anyone. I made an absolute mare of this, but luckily the miner knew how to swim. With that floor now drained a bit, we can continue excavating the gems. I've also positioned a well-trained team of soldiers nearby in case any nasties jump out at us. Thankfully, Sir Smelly Knicker's squad is a lot stronger than a diseased Slayer pikeman.
Ooh, raw adamantine. Praise the miners. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Run. Just run. Just run. Sleepy Royal, run. Oh, no. Oh, wait, did Sleepy Royal just die? Oh, no. No! Sleepy Royal! Oh, no. All of my good shit that I've just mined out. Oh.
So we hire some more peasant miners to head to the basement for the good of the colony. And not only does this floor seem a bit safer, we've managed to procure treasures as well as gems, like this glowing whip. Every now and then, a peasant will catch a mouthful of lava, but every gem is worth like 20,000 dwarf bucks, so it's kind of worth it. I can tell the dwarves are wishing we had an HR department right now. So I was very, very, very wrong when I said this floor was safer. We accidentally found an extremely strong butterfly demon.
Don't worry, the boys are going to take care of it. I hope. Hello? Guys? Kill it? Guys? Oh my god, are you kidding? The butterfly demon has just taken out 3 of our soldiers from our strongest army. Okay, so the peasant misses... So the peasant was the miner, right? This guy. Misses the butterfly demon. The butterfly demon kicks the miner across the room. The miner looks sick. The butterfly demon's caught in its own frozen extract. The butterfly demon shakes the hammerlord around by the right lower arm, and the severed part sails off in an arc. The right lower arm is ripped away and remains in the butterfly demon's grip. Oh my god, she's ripping off everyone's arms and legs. The butterfly demon lets Royal the Yellow's right upper arm drop away as she attacks. What the fuck? The butterfly demon lets Eden's upper arm drop away. So how many limbs has she ripped off? What the hell? Goober, unconscious. Oh my god, Eshtan has a fever. Oh god, the boys are dying. Oh wait, no, they took it out. They took it out. It's dead. Guys, go upstairs.
So sprawled among the corpses and ichor, the 2 surviving dwarves, Royal the Yellow and Goober, awaited rescue. Had only Tobal been there, surely he would have one-shot the butterfly. To make matters worse, we don't even have any good news from the raiding parties, once again failing to penetrate the goblin menace despite their many years of training. Amost created a throne out of horse bones to memorialize their dead parent Gollum.
Don't worry about it. Ooh. Oh! Oh no! Why are you trying to go through the fucking wall?
Yeah, I'm starting to think the basement was a mistake. I think I could have done a lot better if I were more meticulous. Maybe carved out lockable 2x2 or 3x3 sections, rather than whatever the fuck it is I did down here. I won't bore you any further with the basement blunders. Spoilers, but we never did get our hands on that adamantine. We managed to get a lot of gems and a few ancient godly artifacts. Nothing to help us with the goblins though, and to be honest, I didn't want the risk to outweigh this reward. I was getting sick of the micro required to progress this project, so f*** it. We'll do something else. Things calmed down for a little bit, but we discovered that despite his retirement from the military, Royal the Yellow still had the fever left by the butterfly ichor, and we quickly found out it is contagious. Despite that though, we still put the culprit on display in Min's office, for style points. Undeterred, a really shit elven fruit salesman decides to come waste everyone's time. Dr. Harold decides to protest the elvish time wasters in his own way, by choking and throwing a duck in the tavern while they tried to leave. Yeah, thanks Harold. Nice one. The dwarves, of course, reported this, so we'll interrogate Harold to find out what the f*** he was thinking.
How many times do we have to teach you this lesson, old man?
Ceiling Smash hadn't learned his lesson from the first time, so once again they kicked his head in. I'm starting to think there might be a problem with the justice system. In response to Dr. Harold killing the duck, a guard snapped his neck while he slept. It just seems a bit extreme. They'll be memorialized with a dwarf and a duck statue. made of glass to signify mortal fragility. Or whatever. We retire the fortress for the time being. Your high-functioning weeaboo dad has shit to do in another fortress. Only one man or fish can defeat these goblins. And it's a murderous young lady called Curlingstone.
A dwarven outpost revisited. You have returned. How have your sturdy chargers fared in your absence? Have they gone on adventures or moved on to richer delving at new frontier settlements? That's a weird sentence. Perhaps they are all still here, unwilling to leave the magnificent fortress you prepared for them. I don't think so. It says population 15. Bro, what the fuck? Wait, where are our dwarves? Soldier, no reachable valid target. Is Curlingstone trying to kill... Yeah, Curlingstone is trying to kill Shai Halud on her own. Okay, let me see. Where's Shai Halud? Curlingstone wants to kill him for some fucking reason. So the water... There's water everywhere. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna press play and hope that Vincent Von... the Dungeon Master. Good luck, guys. You okay? Run? Or something? The volcano is erupting as well, unfortunately. This is not salvageable. This is definitely not salvageable. Yeah, let's kick Curlingstone out of the fortress. And I want to kick Clay out as well. Just because I know this is going to go to shit pretty fucking fast. Can you even kick the count? Cannot expel or send away nobility, yeah. You're going to get eviscerated. There's no way. You guys need to leave. Okay, so Curlingstone 2 should... Yeah, Curlingstone 2 is leaving. And so now I guess what I can do is maybe... I'm
under the water.
I could abandon this to ruin, I suppose. I think that's probably for the best. Because there's no way. This is not salvageable. I'm going to abandon the fortress to ruin. Abandoned. Your settlement has been abandoned. Hopefully when I go back to the other fortress, the same hasn't happened. How are we looking?
Our plan seemed to work. Returning to Manafish resulted in the emigration of legendary axe dwarf Claiborne stumbling in with vomit down his chest. And along with him, the formidable Curlingstone too. The absolute irony. Those of you from my previous video will understand why she's so important. But for those unacquainted, we'll just say she has a violent temper. We immediately put her in a squad with other formidable dwarves and some fast learners. They'll be the only other squad in the nice barracks. And great news, our dwarves are finally denting the goblin population. Clearly, zerging them repeatedly was starting to take hold. The loot is still ass though. We keep sending waves. I have a dastardly plan for them when their size is cut down a bit. The moment we catch word the army has returned, we send them straight back out again. Things seem to be under control. But just as we caught our breath, something far more sinister began to stir within the fortress.
I'm so glad that Curlingstone is a militia captain at this point. Moody Dwarf. Oh my god! Curlingstone 2. Militia captain looses a roaring laughter, fell and terrible. Curlingstone 2 has claimed a tanner's shop. Jesus Christ. The quest for knowledge never ends. What are you doing? She just murdered Dam Fortesk. What the fuck is wrong with this kid? Of course. By the way, can we just... She's not even... Is she even mad? Is she even upset? Like, look, she's not even an upset dwarf. Like, she's okay. She's just a psychopath. She's insane. A dwarf bone shield. My god.
I swear this dwarf consistently exceeds my expectations. She inspires horror and awe at every opportunity. At least she has new gear for her away missions. This time we send 75 dwarves to fight the population of 75 goblins. Finally, we're including bardic inspiration, with Shiny the Gorlak leaving the tavern for once. Also, we didn't realize his comrade Fiberboy was such a badass. Look at that dual wield. My god. And... yep, you guessed it. I sent all the soldiers away and immediately got raided. Thankfully, they're waiting for me to decline a parley, but we definitely still have a spy in the fort. Either that or a peasant miner's ghost told them to fuck us up. To be honest, it's so late in the game now, the sheer quality and quantity of my dwarves is too much for them to handle.
Okay, Lorbam and Rigoth, random NPCs. Tobal the Taker is fighting, you know, doing the typical stabbing goblin spearman in the left hand with his named sword. Very nice. Yeah, these guys are just too good, I think. When they're on the screen, they're doing great. When they're off the screen, they fucking suck, though. Loverboy the Second. Clayborn, the Axe Lord. I wonder how Clay's doing. The Axe Lord scratches the Goblin Maceman in the upper body, but the attack is deflected by the iron breastplate. Of course, Clay. What the f were you thinking? What were you thinking? Scratching time! Oh, the Goblin Hammerman looks surprised at the ferocity of the Axe Lord's onslaught. Oh, you know, yeah, you just hack them to death. Yeah, you I don't know why you scratched them. Why was attack number 1 a scratch, but then the rest was hacking?
Following the successful defense, they went back to their training. Both Clay and Curlingstone watching a biting demonstration together. We discover something tragic, though. Curlingstone's new dwarf bone shield had a baby that is now without a mother. Poor little baby poop head. We found it crawling aimlessly on the roof of the tavern. The responsibility of raising this baby will fall on the drunkards, with Poophead assigned to the tavern, where it can hopefully get fed table scraps and drink plum wine. Checking out the crime page, we see that they want justice for the killing of Dame Fortesque. Finally, Curlingstone is going to get what's coming to her. Even if she refuses interrogation, we convict her and wait to see what'll happen. Finally, the serial killer got sloppy. Due to some changes in management, rather than being immediately beaten to death, Curlingstone is taken to a jail cell, probably better than what she deserves. The incessant green cringe lords return, but are quickly silenced as usual. So, I discovered why I hadn't managed to wipe these fuckers out yet. I couldn't get the number to decrease while sending hordes upon hordes of dwarves. For some god-awful reason, the game responded better to me sending raiding parties one at a time rather than in huge numbers. Seeing the rubble on the map brought such a smile to our hairy faces. Meanwhile in the prison, Curlingstone is apparently battered by a ghost. Insanely enough, it popped her left hand clean off. In an effort to get her to the hospital, I requested the cage removal, only to find that the justice system overrules my intentions. We tried to release her with a lever, only for the naked, one-handed dwarf to just go sleep in her bed rather than go to hospital. She was then rudely awoken and dragged back to prison by the sheriff. Honestly, 80 days for murder ain't that bad. We'll put the ghost to rest though. I don't want any more missing limbs. Out on the surface, to make it easier on us with the repeated goblin invasions. We're removing the terrain so we can maybe set traps and stuff. But in true dwarvish fashion, we went a bit overboard. While in timeout, Curlingstone has literally gone berserk. Unfortunately, berserk is a state of insanity where she will kill anyone she encounters. She's now a glorified goblin at this point. So what do we do with her? Sell her into slavery, of course.
For sale, 1 dwarf, bit angry, 3 limbs. I mean, she's a legendary dwarf, though. Like, she's done deeds. She has a YouTube video about her, for God's sake. You know, like, she's done deeds that others wouldn't understand. How do I sell her? How do I sell her? I need to sell her. Is it because it's being moved currently? This item is tagged for a task and will not be used in other tasks. Maybe that's it. Release her into the wild. She'd just try and kill everybody. That's the problem. So I think it's better to sell her into slavery. I think that's probably the best thing I can do for her. There we go. It's time to sell her. Because what else can we do, right? It secures her survival as well. You know, I think she would have died otherwise. Curlingstone has been struck down. What? So she tried to attack this dwarven child. The dwarven child punches Curlingstone in the upper leg. The wrestler throws the dwarven child by the thumb. The wrestler stands up. The wrestler punches the dwarven child in the left hand with her right hand, bruising the muscle through the troll fur glove. The dwarven child punches the wrestler in the head with his left hand, bruising the muscle. The wrestler has been knocked unconscious. The dwarven child knocked out Curlingstone with a punch. That is insane. The prophecy. The dwarven child punches the wrestler in the head with the left hand, bruising the muscle. The force pulls the neck, tearing apart the fat. The dwarven child punches the wrestler in the head, bruising the muscle, twists the neck, tearing apart the skin. The irony. Oh, the ironing. Guys, what are we naming Curlingstone's Slayer?
Curlingstone died in an ironic twist, silenced in the way she used to kill all those years ago. I had high hopes for her, but all she did was continue bothering dwarves into her adulthood. You can't make this stuff up. CS3 was son of the late Ceiling Smash. I say late because he's dead. We build a suitable crypt for Curlingstone. It'll be like a museum of horrors. Although in death, she doesn't get to keep the shield. Poor Poor baby Poophead didn't get to grow up with parents, so the least I can do is put the horrific shield made of his mum's corpse next to his bed. In hindsight, I don't know if this is honoring or traumatizing, but whatever. We keep sending the boys, inching closer to taking out the main nest. The rest of the fortress remained defended by the slightly battered of our dwarves. Like this cheeky fella talking to a cat and a kid while propping himself up on his spear. He ushers the kid inside before getting charged by the bastard. If you're wondering, my chat names these guys, not me. Hypecart bravely squares up against the huge cyclops. Hypecart did what he could, getting tackled and launched off the bridge instantly. The threat is taken care of though, so good job team.
Huh? Stumpy Stonetoe, the bookbinder, has been found dead, contorted in fear. Fear of what? A ghost? We don't have any ghosts. I don't think we have any ghosts, no? Oh, we do. It's fucking Curling Stone. God damn it, she killed again.
We have some fantastic news. The overlord of the Plague of Burdens in Fortress Enshot, Thon the Tongueless, was struck down by Rufus Xavier Sarsaparilla. With their leader gone, our final plan can take effect. Have the heroic distraction take over their government. The band of bards bid farewell to the halls they inhabited for many years, to reclaim Enshot for all of dwarfkind and usher in a new age of prosperity. After a polite discussion with local rivals, Shiny Head Egg Yolk, the Gorlak, has claimed position of admin of the Lined Pick in Enshot. Now, as we completed the mission, we bid farewell to Banner Trails. It was fun, and I'm pretty happy with how the end result turned out. Apart from the basement, it fucking sucks down there. I think it was a fantastic tavern overall. 10 out of 10, aside from the plague animals outside, of course. And while a part of me would love to wipe the goblins off the map, I'm not a complete monster. To finish, let's retire the fortress and go check on the bards in their new home. It's not one of my forts, so I can't just reclaim it. I've got to endure the god-awful adventurer mode instead.
I'm gonna be an intelligent wilderness creature. Wait, is Dinger? Oh wait, Dinner. Hi, Medina. I think that's good. Hi, Medina. The name's Hi, Medina, and I'm an... Wait, shouldn't he be an engineer? Is that a thing? Engineer. Look at me go. Oh my god, there's booze. Oh my god. Can I pick up a fine pewter goblet? There we go. Hello? Hello? Oh god. I just want to see if I can find, like, one of the boys. Ooh. A sandstone dice. Can we roll the dice? Interact with this item. Roll. I'm going to roll the dice. You roll, dividing the will of Veer according to the practice of the Heavenly Communion. You have been cursed with a week's bad luck. Nice knowing you, hamster man.
Thank you so much. You've been a great audience.
Veer can eat my ass. Hubris! You've been cursed to prowl the night in search of blood.
You're impossibly fast and strong.
There he is! Oh my god. It's so good to see you. Can I reply to the greeting? This place has been conquered by the momentous vestibule.
That's terrific.
You are in the right in all matters. Okay, bye, Shiny. Hello? Is there anyone I can drink the blood of? I wish to drink your blood. Instead, I'm getting lost in rooms because of my nearsightedness. I cannot see more than 5 meters in front of me. What the f*** happened there? I just ran upstairs. Wait, huh? Oh! What the hell?
Eureka! Urethra! I found the treasure room.
Okay, enough of that shit. If you made it this far into the video, I thank you so much for watching. Your support on my channel so far has been amazing, and I feel blessed that you would let me share my ridiculous stories with you. Sorry that it took so long to post a sequel to the last one, but as a labor of love, I wanted to make sure it was right. If you want to see more from me in the future, swiftly strike the like and subscribe buttons, and leave a comment letting me know what you liked or hated. I honestly wish you all a lovely Christmas and New Year's, and I'll see you next time.
I want to go back to the cheese room. It smells amazing. It smells like brie and all sorts of camemberts and various other things.